It is Oh Baby Week here in North Dakota today, and we started off with a very heartwarming and interesting story, one I had not heard of, and maybe you hadn't either, embryo adoption. And here to explain exactly what that is, we have Jamie and Travis Remke. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Good, good, good. So this is not your traditional form of adoption, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about how you learned about embryo adoption.
We had 2 biological daughters, and when it came time to adding a 3rd child to our family, we were suddenly faced with unexplained infertility. And after multiple assisted attempts at pregnancy, including one unsuccessful IVF attempt, we came to terms with knowing that we weren't going to add any more biological children to our family. So we still had room in our hearts and in our home, as Travis likes to say, and so we started researching adoption options, and I came across embryo adoption, which I had never heard of before, and the National Embryo Donation Center, which is based in Knoxville, Tennessee. So the thought of both experiencing pregnancy again, as well as forming that bond with our adopted child right from pregnancy, sounded amazing. There were no wait lists, which we were very surprised to learn, and there were hundreds and hundreds of profiles of waiting frozen babies wanting to be adopted to have a chance at life.
That is just unbelievable, and to not know that this even exists. So how did you, so in going through all this process of the infertility and whatnot, was it your, OB-GYN that said something to you? I mean, how did you go about this?
No, it was just researching on the internet.
Okay.
And what really drew me in was hearing all of the personal stories of others who had gone through this amazing option, and I was so touched.
She shared a picture with me, and I would say maybe I wasn't on board as fast as she was, because it was different, it was new. Yeah. And then all of a sudden there's this picture of this cute little girl that says, "I was frozen for how long?" And it just melted me. I'm like, okay, we got to do it. I'm all in. So it was amazing.
That's an unbelievable story, though. I love it. So the process, take us through that. How did it start out? Because you carried her.
Yes.
So.
Yes, it started with an online application in July of 2017. The next day, we found out that we were confirmed and accepted to continue with the process, which was just amazing. And so we started our adoption home study. We went through lots of education about what it meant to adopt embryos, the medical process that we would go through, as well as the matching process for the embryos. We looked through hundreds and hundreds of profiles of embryos to narrow down our selection, and we were presented with the information about the biological parents, their health information, their personal interests and backgrounds. And when we narrowed down our selection, we then shared a profile about our family. So the biological parents had the chance to select us back, and it was a match.
Wow. Huh. Gives me chills, I tell you. I'm serious. I'm sure you do every time you tell this story. It's just unbelievable. So how long of a process from the start of, you were accepted to, okay, now we're pregnant?
It was 7.5 months for the process, from start of application until the embryo transfer process happened.
And this was a determined lady that actually pushed the process maybe faster. That we were all in and ready to go. So
we had 2 trips to Knoxville, Tennessee, and a lot of all of the other work was behind the scenes here in North Dakota, where we were working remotely. The first was medical clearance for me that I could carry a baby to full pregnancy, and then the second was for the actual embryo transfer process, where our 2 biological daughters joined us in a family vacation on the way.
I'm very excited to hear a little bit about that, because how old are they? How old were they when this process started?
They were 13 and 15 when we started the process.
Okay. Yes, I love it. So we're gonna hear more from Jamie and Travis when we return, so don't go away.